So greetings, what's going on? I've done a couple of, Merry Christmas. I've done a couple of videos from here. I'm back in Emporium, and the reason is because, I think I did a video yesterday. Gracie and I came here to see a movie, and see, we were up on the 5th floor. We saw Murder on the Orient Express, which was awesome, by the way. Which was good because Agatha Christie novels can be amazing, and I think that, you know, it's funny because that book came out, man, I mean, it was around the time when the only way you could really get the true flavor of a really good story was through a book, you know, and when you made it into a movie, it cheapened it somehow. This movie was done very well. The acting was stellar. The special effects were, you know, adequate. I mean, in the sense that they were perfect for today's level of expertise, and you didn't feel like there was any degree of special effects. You believed that all of it was real, right? But it wasn't like there was like 75 spaceships that came down from the sky and, you know, millions and millions of dollars. But it was nonetheless an excellent movie. But that's not why I'm talking to you right now. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm back here in Emporium and I'm heading over to basically the food court sort of thing is in Emporium Food Hall on the 4th floor, and then on the 5th floor is where the movie theaters are. It's like this luxury movie theater thing, and it's awesome. Even though the fact, you know, it's funny, I got all excited, right, because they provided us blankets for when we were in the movie theater, and then I thought to myself, or you could not provide me with a blanket and just turn the damn air conditioning off as much and not waste so much friggin' energy. No judgment, and I'm not bitter. Anyway, so I'm here, and I'm going to head as if I'm going to the movies, because I'm going to the AIS co-working space, basically. I showed a little bit of the video. I think I have some video from yesterday that I can show you about how we got there, but basically the way I'm getting here now is probably the most important. And that is, you basically come from over there, which is near the escalator that brings you to Food Emporium, which has all the stores and the food and everything over here. And then, as you're walking over here to get to the escalator that would take you up to Sigh, basically, it would take you up to the movie theater and Marilyn Monroe. There is this, the AIS Design Center, basically, so, or AIS DC, which is okay, so with any luck, my battery won't die this time. This has been like the funniest day for me. I have all this content in my brain and I just can't get it on. It seems like everywhere I go, I like look down and it's like, I'm 12% this, I'm 3% that. Anyway, so I was able to go to the AIS Design Center up here, and I checked in and it was awesome, and I'll show you a few pictures from where I was sitting after I was able to charge my phone to 11%. But interestingly enough, it overlooks the park that Gracie and I went to near the Dinosaur Planet thing that we didn't bother doing. But I think this is where I probably ended up my video right before my battery died. So the short answer is I've just been here. And it was a really, well, first of all, the sign-up process was super easy. I don't have an address here, so, sorry, I have an address, but I don't know what it is. So luckily, the woman who checked me in, or signed me up, basically, they do it on a website, so their tablet or whatever. I could have done it from home, but I couldn't figure out the address in the sense that I'm not quite sure like what province this is and that sort of thing. So luckily, she said, well, where are you staying? And I said, oh, Nobel Remix. And she says, oh, no problem. So she, I guess, looked it up online and then figured out the address and they put in the information. I knew the room number. So I knew that it was like 77257, whatever our room number is. So I put that in, and then paid them 1,200 baht, and now I'm a member through November 26th of 2018. So pretty awesome. And I'll show you a picture here of basically the app as well as the QR code that I get as part of my identity. And I scan myself in and I scan myself out. I will also show you a copy of the speed test that I did. And it's simply speedtest.net. I honestly don't know whether it's super accurate in the sense that maybe all it does is basically allow you to buy different internet connectivity. You know, they pay for their service through advertising, right? So I get it. They're like, hey, here's the speed you're at, but if you'd like even more speed, click here, right? So in any case, it has a really pretty nice feature, just the screenshot of it, right? Which is super simple. So anyway, with my AIS super Wi-Fi, which is I pay like 70 baht a month for, I can get Wi-Fi like tons of places throughout the city. That was like 15 down and like 4 or 5 megs up, which is not horrible. But the Wi-Fi in the AIS place, which you could argue, well, it should be good because they're the internet. These are the guys that provide. Oh, actually, you know what? I was going to go out to now I'll go out to BTS and then I'll walk down because it's one stop from here to Thonglor, and at this time of night the train is going to be packed, and so basically it's actually going to be faster for me to just walk on the sidewalk to go home and meet Gracie. Anyway, the AIS provided Wi-Fi at the place was 160 down and 70 up. That's amazing, especially on Wi-Fi, and I think it's even faster than my dad has with Fios, which is, if you don't know, it's the Verizon provided fiber into your house. So this was amazing, and it was also actually very impressive because the whole room was filled with people on their laptop. And I don't know if they were all uploading YouTube videos, but I tried to, but then my battery died on my Mac. So I had the speed, I have the internet, so it's no longer a problem of getting connected to the internet. The problem is staying there with enough freaking battery power. And I forgot my charger for my Mac, so again, my fault, but anyway, so I've showed this to you before, but it's kind of a neat way to like enter and exit them all, right? So, and it's a lot more, so one of the things that we talked about, Gracie and I, is being here when it's nighttime, because the lighting that you get is like totally rad, right? But it's not really nighttime, it's sort of nighttime. But in any case, I'm here and I'm actually not going to take BTS. I'm simply here on the platform to walk to the nearest stairs, which, there we go. So those will take me down to the sidewalk, and then I will cruise over to Thonglor, and I'll be able to get some street food like we do, which we absolutely love, for very little money. And I will be satisfied on a number of fronts today. I had some great meetings with some folks. Great meeting at the Hive to experience sort of what, at least this gentleman that runs Bangkok Entrepreneurs, to experience what he believes is a product that people want to know about as far as like social media and advertising and that sort of thing. So that was very interesting. I was there with just 2 other folks, but it's all that it takes, right? I mean, if you've ever heard the statement, it only takes 2 to have a meeting. There were 3 of us there, and plus the guy Bart who was doing the session. So a total of 4 of us, and I walked out of there with a contact named Pat, who introduced me to this other woman named Pat. And again, these are U.S. versions of their Thai name, right? But they're both named Pat, and Pat, the woman, is getting her PhD, and she is studying, drum roll please, the startup ecosystem and the entrepreneurial culture in Bangkok. Awesome! So she's my new best friend, and with any luck, I'm going to meet Pat him and Pat her tomorrow night after my first day of my conference, which will be good because I'm sure I'll be in a great mood because I will have just finished a session where I'm one of the 4 folks on stage, basically being asked my opinion and my experience and that sort of thing with Wi-Fi, enterprise Wi-Fi. So I'll be talking about that. So there you go. That's my check-in for this evening. I am now leaving and I'm walking down Sukhumvit and I'm gonna go get some street food. And I hope you're living the dream. If you're not living the dream, you're probably way overpaying for food that is not made on the street. Ciao. So why am I seeing these in Bangkok? Well, without even knowing it, Gracie and I are literally staying right down the street from the Philippine Embassy. So that's kind of cool. I mean, if, you know, for whatever reason she needed to do stuff, here we are. Pretty awesome, right? Yeah, very cool. So, they've got a nice little entrance here. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we actually ran into this, like a lot of things that have happened to us while we were here. Ran into this totally accidentally almost. We were like across the street. We were trying to find a Domino's pizza, which we thought was gonna be like over there, which I guess is where it used to be. There's a mall over there called Rainy Hill, which is like, you know, you could, from the US perspective, it's like a strip mall basically. But yeah, so there is the Philippine Embassy. And I guess it's true, it is more fun in the Philippines. So yeah, that's kind of neat. And literally this is about 400 meters down the street from our condo. Way in the distance there is the Marriott, which is the Octave Bar. And our place is up here on the right, about another 400 meters.